It's Klayton and welcome to episode 18 of Ask Celldweller. Some of the things you guys wanted to know, and I'm going to answer. What inspired my new album, End of an Empire? And what are some of the most embarrassing moments that I can remember of my life? Let's find out. At any given moment, I'm probably working on 2 to 4 songs for End of an Empire at one time. When I get stuck on an idea, I jump to a different track and I just kind of keep rotating them until they're done.
Hey Klayton, I'm from Moscow, Russia. And my question is, what kind of sport do you like?
That's a good question, and I think about it a lot. I try to make sure that every day I get in my essential food groups for the day, which are cupcakes, candy, and ice cream. So the one thing, if I had to pick a favorite type of food, I've never met an Italian meal that I didn't like. If you guys hearken back to an earlier Ask Celldweller, we do talk about Red, and you may already know that he is genetically cloned from my DNA. Now this is done through a corporation, which I cannot name, I cannot tell you much about them, but they do regulate our communication. So I can only get bits and pieces from him, and he can only get bits and pieces from me. But from what I've gathered already in talking to him about production of the Scandroid sound, it is based on old analog synthesizers from our era right now that have been preserved 500 years in the future. Exciting. I need you to go ask Brett if he can ask me if this question will be in the next episode of Ask Celldweller.
Hey, can you go ask Klayton if this question is going to be in the next episode of Ask Celldweller?
Hey, can you put this question in the next Ask Celldweller?
Yeah.
Hey Klayton, I am your Russian fan, my name is Daria, and I've got 2 questions for you. First question is, are you going to visit Switzerland or Russia during the tour The End of Empire? And the second question is, what was the most embarrassing thing in your life? Thanks, bye.
Yes, Natalie, if I do tour for End of an Empire, I am certain that I will be coming to Russia. Switzerland, I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you know. As far as the most embarrassing moment of my life that I can recall, there's so many, I have to just pick one. And I have to remind you before I tell you this, that although many people have thought I was the Lord of Darkness, I'm really the Lord of Dorkness. So here I am in high school, and I played sports in high school so that the kids stopped kicking my ass. That was actually my motivation to play sports, but I actually became good at them. And I was voted as the captain of my lacrosse team. If you don't know what lacrosse is, look it up. The Native Americans did it, and it's a great sport. I'm leading the lacrosse team on a run during a practice, and we're circling the girls' softball team as they're practicing. So as we're running down this alley, there's a little chain blocking off that driveway so that they couldn't drive cars through it. And it was probably about a foot off the ground. I don't know what that is in meters, you can figure that out. And as we are actually rounding the corner where all of the girls in high school are practicing, I am the first person to jump the chain. I hook my foot on the chain and I face plant. So now I've got all the girls laughing at me and my entire team behind me laughing at me as they're jumping over me and continuing to run. I win the official Dork Award and I accept it gracefully.
Hey Klayton, my name is John Hansen, aka Subterranean. I'm a producer and performer from Pittsburgh, PA. I'm a huge fan of your music. I get a ton of inspiration from it and I put it in my set any chance I get. I just got one question for you. Can you please ever come to Pittsburgh?
Okay. I love that question, Jeremy. And I have to say that it started with the idea of a huge empire. And I'm not one to think about the Roman Empire or the Persian Empire. I'm not really a history buff. I'm a kind of future forward kind of buff. So I was placing this in the world of a future empire that I wanted to create. But as I thought about it even more, the idea of not just a huge empire, but all the way down to a single life. Like my grandfather, for instance, when he passed away, his life represented an empire to me and the people around him. And so I wanted to write an album that covered the scope of grand things all the way down to a solitary existence. It is very true, I do reference my mom a lot, and it's mainly because the idea of this Italian mom is just kind of cute. So I always talk about my mom, but I do have a dad, and he is equally as great and equally as cool. And he has taught me many valuable life lessons that have shaped me into the person that I am. If I have any communication skills, if I can read or spell, it's solely because of my father and him challenging me as a child to read and to learn how to spell. Playing sports, he kind of encouraged me to do that because I was getting my ass kicked a lot in school, and he knew that if I got involved in sports and became more physical, that maybe kids would respect me a little more and leave me alone. Did it work? I don't know. But even though it's not Father's Day, I have to say I love my dad, and I'm thankful for him. I hope this episode of Ask Celldweller answered some of those burning questions you had. If you want to ask your own burning question, you can hit this link in the moon and submit a video of your question, or in the comments below, because we do read them and we will collect them for the next episode. As always, subscribe to my channel, like or share this video. And until next time, this is Klayton signing off.
Right.